got the okay, right. So let's just Maharashtra over there, the India alliance, you know, narrowly, I mean, reasonably ahead over here of the NDA. But everywhere else, Maria, it's, I mean, the gap has opened up substantially between the NDA and the India alliance.
Okay, let's straight go to the Congress headquarters, 24 Akbar Road. That's where Sunil Prabhu is joining us live from. Sunil, the Congress, how are they viewing it? Early trends, not really trends, I would say. It's still the EVM rounds are yet to begin.
Well, they are quite gratified, and I mean, no better than Mr. Pawan Khera, who's been working for the media right through this entire campaign and much before that for the last 1.5 years. Are you happy with the kind of you know, trends that are emerging right now?
Well, no premature celebration, no premature depression. These are postal ballots. We value postal ballots. These are government employees expressing their anger against the government. And we are very confident when the machines open, we'll do even better.
But given the trends and the forecast, it still shows that the NDA has the numbers and they will be able to form a government.
We are absolutely confident. Let the machines open. We are absolutely confident of touching the 295 number.
It's interesting that you say you have confidence in the EVM, because right through this campaign, and we saw that, and no less than the Election Commission pointed it out, that you kept casting aspersions on the electoral voting machine. Why are you now having so much of faith?
None of us should be touch-me-nots. If we are questioning something, doesn't mean we are attacking them. Why is the Election Commission as insecure as with the Prime Minister of India that they can't tolerate a question? I mean, we have a right to question, and it's their duty to respond to our questions. As simple as that.
Now the question is that in case the numbers don't come, this is the first time that a non-Gandhi has led the Congress party. Will Mr. Kharge become the scapegoat in this entire exercise?
It's not the first time a non-Gandhi has
I mean, after Sitaram Kesri as well as Narasimha Rao.
You know the history of the Congress better than I do, so don't say
so I mean, I'm saying after such a long time, Mr. Kharge, will he become the scapegoat? Because we saw Narasimha Rao and Kesri Sahib.
Why do we talk the language of the BJP? Scapegoats are for the BJP to find, not for us. We don't find scapegoats. We work together. We sink together, we sail together, we win together.
Is this a question mark on Rahul Gandhi's, leadership?
No, there is nothing of that kind. Everybody did his or her assigned role. Mr. Kharge decided that Mr. Gandhi should go on a Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra. Mr. Gandhi went on a Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra. The Congress president decided that Priyanka ji should campaign extensively, and she did campaign extensively. So we've all been assigned roles by the party president.
The real issue, of course, is somewhere where you have been the political secretary to Sheila Dixit. A sad day for Delhi in terms of the AAP and the Congress coming together, and yet the trends clearly show that alliance hasn't worked.
Let's wait and watch.
But you know, the fact that the alliance didn't work on the ground.
I would not jump to any conclusions. It's too early in the day to jump to any such conclusions.
And do you think that this trend of an AAP Congress combined can work together in the assembly elections?
As I said, it's too early. Let's wait and watch.
Okay. So here you have it. That's the kind of response you're getting from the Congress party here. They are really looking and assessing this situation here as things evolve. We'll have to wait and see whether those trends continue. But I think you got a full overview of what the Congress perspective is from these initial trends.
In the Congress camp, and after a long time, this is the number that they have been hoping for, and it is a reason why we can see, you know, spokespersons and senior party functionaries come out and speak. Ratandeep is joining us, and also Aishwarya outside Chandrababu Naidu's residence in. I'm coming to you, Ratandeep, first. Where is Himanta Biswa Sarma? Because if Northeast numbers really hold, then he will be seen as the man of the moment.
Well, Himanta Biswa Sarma was till this morning at the national capital. He was supposed to fly back to Guwahati last night, but there were some urgent meetings. So what we are hearing that sometime from now he would land in Guwahati, and then he might be heading towards the party office. We will try to track him. But what is important to note, after the postal ballot round is over in Assam, Gaurav Gogoi, the Congress leader, the deputy leader in Lok Sabha, is leading in Jorhat. Remember, all eyes have been on Jorhat because Gaurav Gogoi had to change his Koliabor constituency from where he was elected twice because of delimitation. That constituency no longer exists and had to move to Jorhat, where he's up against the sitting BJP MP Tapan Gogoi. And in Jorhat, the entire state leadership of BJP led by Himanta Biswa Sharma and also the top national leaders of BJP, all of them had campaigned there. And although it's early trends, only postal ballot, but he's leading there. Also, one good news for Congress in Assam, in Dhubri, the seat which was with Maulana Badruddin Ajmal, the head, the supremo of AIUDF, there after round 1, Congress candidate Rakibul Hussain is leading in that seat. However, BJP has leads in 5 seats in Assam. That includes Dibrugarh,
All right,
where
Ratnadeep,
Sarvanand
half a
Sonowal
second.
is
Let's
leading
quickly
at
go
this
across to
moment.
Aishwarya also,
in
who
Sikkim,
joins
where
us outside the residence of Chandrababu Naidu. We're going to pull up some of the trends coming in from Andhra Pradesh as well. But go ahead, Aishwarya.
Well, certainly as far as early trends are concerned, it's a good news for the NDA out here in Andhra Pradesh, as TDP, Bharatiya Janata Party and Jan Sena had been in alliance, and it was Chandrababu Naidu who clearly stated that this is his last election. The emotional message was sent out to the people of Andhra Pradesh, and certainly since morning, currently I am at Chandrababu Naidu's residence. These big posters clearly narrate the story. Pawan Kalyan along with Nara Lokesh, Chandrababu Naidu's son. These posters have been put out at Chandrababu Naidu's residence. This is the residence of Chandrababu Naidu where he is currently, and we've been told by the party workers and the leaders who are arriving since morning that Chandrababu Naidu might arrive at the party headquarters somewhere at around 10 to 11 a.m. Because early trends clearly shows that it is lead for TDP, Jan Sena and the Bharatiya Janata Party out here, and that's what the exit poll also predicted, and therefore the reason perhaps the workers seems very happy out here. On the other side, it is YSRCP Jagan Reddy, who's also in Vijayawada currently, and he will be also reaching his party office very soon. So a very fierce battle was played out.
Yes.
Remember, it was comments like dictator and such words were used by Chandrababu Naidu against
where exactly is
YSRCP
Mr. Naidu
chief,
himself?
Reddy, and
Does he have plans to address the party workers if the results actually firm up?
well, yes, he is here at his residence currently in Vijayawada, and he will be heading to party office at around 10 to 11 a.m. is what we have been told.
All right.
And he will be addressing the party workers as well.
So, Aishwarya, hold on for 1
going
second.
in
We've
their
got
favor.
GVL Narasimha Rao, Rajya Sabha MP of the BJP with us. Thanks so very much for being with us. So, the unfortunate part, Mr. GVL Narasimha Rao, is that we can never be entirely sure when we are out of postal ballots and into first round counting. Mari and I have been fighting over this. I would suggest that we are well and truly into first round countings because a couple of these trends have actually firmed up. I'm just curious to know what your sense is at 9:12 in the morning, where it's 282 right now for the NDA, 281, 282, and about 199. Do you believe that we are beyond postal ballots at this stage, or just postal ballots?
Good morning, Vishnu, to you, Maria, and all the panelists and the viewers. I think these are two early trends. You see, as a rule, I have never commented on the results per se until about 10:30 or so, because 8:30 is when actually the counting on the EVMs begins. And the first round is usually completed by 9 a.m. We are 9:09 now, but it does take time for the information from counting stations because it's not a sort of an automatic system where you count in the polling station and let's say Election Commission headquarters has the information. No, it doesn't happen that way. It is your reporters and the agencies who are in the field get this information and transmit it over telephone or through an app. So it does take some time. So I think the first round electronic voting information would not have come from more than 50 or 100 parliamentary constituencies till now.
Sure.
But I'm really very happy with the numbers now, because usually the employees, government employees and service voters, they are never very favorable to an incumbent establishment. So therefore the result, the leads that we have on your screen
No, but Mr.
are there
GVL
broadly...
Narasimha Rao, I would just suggest that at 501 trends out of 543 seats, these are, the numbers are fairly robust at this stage. And with these numbers, it goes between 279 and 280, for the last 10, 15 minutes. It just does quite clearly, 400, 350, these are all things we can debate forever. But it does seem that you're firmly, going to form the government.
Yeah, very true. You see,
unless there's a massive reversal in trends, and the trend is quite clear. It's been clear from the morning.
The early trends suggest the same direction in which exit polls have predicted. A sizable majority government for the NDA, and I think as you get electronic voting trends, which certainly, because women voters are 50% in the general population, they are never 50% in government employees. They might even be less than 10% or 15%. So that itself, you see, the lead for the BJP in the women voters is going to be substantial across the country.
Yes.
This is borne out by evidence. So therefore, the initial trends, what you're seeing on the screen, will go far in excess of BJP support as electronic voting begins to trickle in.
Okay, GVL, continue to be with us. Let me come back to the studio and speak to GVL and speak to Sandeep Shastri. Professor Shastri, we are looking at these numbers, 278 for NDA, and most of these Lok Sabha constituencies, depending on, of course, the size of it, have close to 20 to 25 rounds. So when we are looking at 915, even if EVM rounds would have begun in number of them, it would have been only first or second round. Because after the first round, all the polling agents sit across, then there is that signing and the formality that is completed before the second round begins.
Maria, 2 points on what you say. One, yes, these may be the initial rounds of the EVM, and these could strengthen or change.
Yes.
Second point, I think I would like to emphasize, a lot of the trends are coming from states where the NDA and not just the BJP are contesting. So therefore, you see the large non-BJP NDA leads also coming, because you're talking of Maharashtra, you're talking of Bihar, you're talking of states where the non-BJP partners are also there. So I think I would still wait till around 9:30, 9:45 to see the crystallizing of the trends. The direction seems clear. The intensity of that direction, I would still wait for 9:30, 9:45.
Because I'm looking at these leads. Look at Gujarat. It shows out of 21, the BJP, is trailing in 5. Haryana -6, many would say it's believable. Jharkhand -2, many would say again is believable.
Look at Uttar Pradesh.
But then if you go ahead and look at Madhya Pradesh, the one seat where BJP is not doing well, could be again the seat of Chindwara, which has been won by Kamal Nath's family for very long. Rajasthan, it's -10. So I would still be very, very cautious when we look at these numbers, because it's very, very early moment, particularly keeping in mind Gujarat.
I think, Maria, we tended to dismiss when people talked about Gujarat. There are 3, 4, 5 seats by name, they would say, but there is a takkar. And because Gujarat is Gujarat, the Prime Minister and Home Minister state, it seemed unthinkable. But is that what that is getting reflected? And remember, the overall number, India is climbing faster now in the last sort of 20 minutes or so. I mean, we shouldn't come to any conclusion. I absolutely agree with you. Last time also we made this mistake. But it doesn't look to be an absolute runaway thing, 400, as the exit polls had predicted.
What's the most surprising aspect of all of this, and again, just to add to Maria's argument that we really should be waiting, is because despite conventional wisdom, it's the India alliance which is ahead of the NDA in Uttar Pradesh. 74 out of 80 seats are seeing trends at this stage, where it's 37, 36 in favor of India. The India alliance is up 31, the NDA down 22. So some would suggest that these would be pretty early, because I don't think any exit poll, anybody would have expected a change so drastic in the state of Uttar Pradesh, which is key obviously for any political party or alliance looking to win these elections.
Yeah, so I think, look, right from the beginning, there was never any doubt that NDA would form the next government. I don't think that was ever in doubt. It was really a pipe dream to expect India to get the numbers that they were projecting and form the government. The question is really, where would the NDA stop? Would it stop at 300? Would it cross and go into 350, 400? Today, as per the trends we're seeing, it looks like they cannot go beyond 300.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be at the moment, unless things change. As Sandeep ji said, let's wait till 10 for the trends to crystallize. And you know, the two key battleground states, which we have been talking about through all these weeks, Maharashtra and UP. These are the two key battleground states that are going to determine the fate of the BJP and the NDA. And so, at the moment, the numbers are not looking very good for the NDA.
Yes,
there,
because
the
in Uttar
India
Pradesh-
is putting up a huge
in
fight.
Maharashtra.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
because in Uttar Pradesh, if we were to look at that number, and I'll ask the producer to put that on the television screens, because it's minus 22 for the NDA, because there is Apna Dal and Nishad Party also part of it, and plus 31 for the India bloc. Again, early trends, but how do you look at this?
You know,
So how do you look at Uttar Pradesh numbers?
Look, the Uttar Pradesh looks tight at the moment. I would still say we should wait for some more rounds to come in, because in all elections, the leader, whichever is the leader in the constituency or the state, tends to pull away as more numbers come.
Sure.
But certainly, whatever we've heard on the ground, about a consolidation of OBC votes and some Dalit votes in favor of the India alliance seems to be bearing out. It's a very gritty fight at the moment.
It's a tough fight that has been.
All right, there's some breaking news coming in from the markets which have just opened or a little while back. They are down, I believe 2% is what I've been told at this stage, or 1100 points. The Sensex has gone down 1100 points. So the markets, the Nifty is down over 300 points. Professor Shastri, the markets are spooked. Do any of you want to talk about the markets? I mean,
I think this is an immediate reaction to the early trends that you see.
Yeah, because the markets opened at 9.
The expectation that the NDA would be much higher and the BJP would be much higher in the leads is something that it is responding to. But Vishnu, if you look at, again, I'm looking at the left box.
Yes.
If you look at the BJP leads and the Congress leads, very clearly, much of our numbers are coming from where there is a direct contest between the Congress and the BJP now. And there, you gave the example of Gujarat, you gave the example of Madhya Pradesh, you gave the example of Rajasthan. And there it is, I think the differences are coming, because you see the left box talks about 50 leads down for the BJP and 44 leads up for the Congress. And that's where I think the difference is clearly coming in the leads.
Let's go across to Adil Boparai, who joins us at this stage of the Congress Party. Adil, thanks very much for being with us. Are you encouraged by the trends that you see on the screen right now, or do you believe it's still early days? And any comments at all on what is happening in Uttar Pradesh, with the caveat, of course, that, very early. These are still leads.
Vishnu, a couple of pointers. Firstly, right from the word go, we were very confident about this election. And our feedback is that the leads in favor of the India alliance will further solidify. Having said this, yes, indeed, these are early hours. I think we'll have a clearer picture by 11:30 or so. But our information is that the EVM counting has started. The postal ballots appears to be over. Point number one. Point number two, there are two battleground states in my opinion. One is Uttar Pradesh and the second is Maharashtra. The exit pollsters, regardless of the final outcome and the final tally, I think one very key takeaway is that the exit pollsters got Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh wrong. Our feedback was that the BJP will be reduced to in their 40s when it comes to Uttar Pradesh, and they will be decimated. More particularly, Eknath Shinde's party will be decimated in Maharashtra. The early trends do indicate that that seems to be the case. Having said this, I think let's wait till about 11:30. The India alliance will do much better than what the BJP and their very ardent acolytes had really hoped.
Okay,
let
GVL,
it
what's
play
your
out.
assessment?
I think we'll have a better
it's
picture.
9:22 now, and early trends aren't really, of course, the majority mark has been crossed as per early trends, but it's not as the exit polls were suggesting. All of them were in the upwards of 330, 340.
Maria, as I mentioned earlier, there are many states where things got reversed completely by 10:30. So therefore, I think coming to any conclusions based on counting of just postal ballots, in some cases the numbers are very, very small. So therefore, I suggest, I'm looking at the Election Commission site, where on some of the seats, in fact, is EVM counting is available, where almost 50,000 votes have been counted. Therefore, I think if your technical team can separate these two and look at only leads based on EVM counts and early leads based on postal ballots, that will tell you a better story. And for that to really clarity to say, currently these two are, you have merged these two trends coming from only past postal ballots and also including the EVM count. Therefore, the picture will not become clear until 10:30. At least you will get a better picture by 10:30. So I think broadly, NDA majority government is clearly visible on your screens. We are very confident of a full majority BJP government. There can be no, I think I have no doubt about that
trends
whatsoever.
Seem to be quite clearly indicating that, GVL Narasimha Rao. I think the only question at this stage is the margin of that. And I think that will firm up in a while from now. But some would suggest, and I think it's a fair assessment, that this isn't going to be 400 in favor of the NDA. Whether you get to the 350 mark based on the current trends is something that needs to be looked at. But if these trends hold, then you're already past, the magic mark. Figure. But I think, Maria, there's just half a sec, Aarti, and then you're welcome to jump in on this. It's 4-3 right now in Delhi in favor of the NDA. But in a state where the BJP won all the seats last time around, it is quite interesting. And in terms
it's a bellwether state.
It is a bellwether state. So it's it's narrowly in favor of the BJP at this stage. Chandni Chowk, the BJP is trailing in Chandni Chowk. The BJP is leading, is Manoj Tiwari in northeast Delhi. Kanhaiya Kumar is trailing at this stage of the Congress party. Jaiprakash Agarwal of the Congress party is trailing. And Basuri Swaraj is leading in the New Delhi constituency. Somnath Bharti is trailing at this stage.
So who's leading in the India Alliance?
The India Alliance.
Jaiprakash Agarwal.
Yeah, 3 seats they've given India Alliance.
Yeah, so where they're leading?
Who are the three? Which are the 3 seats?
Delhi East.
Now they're saying trails.
Mansuri is trailing also, it says.
Basuri Swaraj says it's leading at this stage, but we'll just find out.
But your screen says trails.
We'll just find out where.
Yes, we'll try and get those details. But we'll try and connect with our reporters as well, who are at various counting centers. Now, Manoj Tiwari is leading, and Adil is back with us. That is Kanhaiya Kumar. We were seeing this as a very important battle. Adil, any word on this battle between Manoj Tiwari and Kanhaiya Kumar in Northeast Delhi? The numbers, initial numbers suggest that
I think
Manoj
Mr.
Tiwari
Kanhaiya Kumar
very well, he's leading. Yes.
I'm sorry. Please complete. Well, I think, and this is something. In fact, I also had gone to that constituency and got a first-hand experience. I think the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party and Mr. Kanhaiya Kumar particularly, and kudos to him, he ran a very, very spirited campaign. I think Northeast Delhi will go down to the last wire. Let's hold our horses in Northeast Delhi. But again, even if we go by the early trends, even if we go by the first 2-3 rounds of counting, it appears to be a 4-3 situation, a 4-3 matrix in Delhi. So therefore, right from the beginning, I think one clear deduction which can be made, and I think all your panelists would perhaps agree with me, one clear deduction is that this is a very closed election. Notwithstanding BJP's propaganda of 400, their gimmick of 400, the exit polls chipping in and trying to lift the BJP, I think one thing is very clear, this is a close election, regardless of the final numbers. And we are confident, I again repeat to you, we are very confident of performing spectacularly in states like Haryana, in states like Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra and Karnataka particularly. And in my home state of Punjab, I think the Congress party's performance is stupendous till now. The BJP will be reduced to 0. The Aam Aadmi Party there appears to be anti-incumbency, and the Congress is benefiting from that anti-incumbency. Most of our leaders, our former Chief Minister Mr. Channi, our President, We are leading, and you will see a lot of surprises.
All right. GVL wanted
as
to
the
come
day
in on
moves
that.
forward.
Adil, let's just listen to what
Vishnu,
go ahead.
Congress has a habit of claiming victory even in a very straight third term defeat. The BJP is forming the next government. Even your numbers suggest that. A third time in a row. This is historic. This has not happened in half a century or maybe even longer. So what the BJP is doing today is a historic. Okay, with regard to exit polls, if the numbers turn out to be fewer than what they are, it doesn't qualitatively make any difference. But it's early trends. We certainly hope to be well past 300 mark, and we will certainly have a BJP majority government, and that's going to be a historic verdict.
Yes.
The Congress need not become
No, but we'll
extremely
try and break
exuberant.
that number of the NDA now and try and get details as to how many is the BJP getting, because remember in 2014 when Prime Minister Narendra Modi became the Prime Minister for the first time, the BJP's own number was 282, which became better to 303 in 2019. So we'll try and break down that number and get more details. For the moment, let's listen into what Vikramaditya is saying. He is, of course, the Congress candidate contesting from Mandi. In Mandi, the BJP's vote share in 2019 was 69%. But historically, if we were to look at it, the Congress has won this constituency 11 times out of 17. So this is an interesting battle that is playing out in Mandi. Vikramaditya first.
क्या उम्मीद है? मैंने तो अभी तक रिजल्ट देखे ही नहीं है, आगे है कि पीछे है क्या है। अभी तो हम आशीर्वाद लेने आए हैं हनुमान जी का, और उसके बाद ही सब शुरुआत होगी। तो मुझे विश्वास है कि हमने मेहनत करी है, जनता साथ है, मुद्दे विकास पे चुनाव लड़ा है, तो अच्छा परिणाम निकलेगा, इसका मुझे पूरा विश्वास है। और हनुमान जी का, बजरंग बली का आशीर्वाद है, तो निश्चित तौर से हर विजय प्राप्ति होगी। बनेगी क्यों नहीं बनेगी? और सभी नेताओं ने भी कहा है एग्जिट पोल जो है वो तो एक मैन्युफैक्चर्ड वो है, जो मीडिया हाउसेस और कॉरपोरेट जगत द्वारा किया गया है, मगर जो असली वर्डिक्ट है वो बिल्कुल ठीक होगा। उस पर लड़ाई लड़ी है पूरे देश में, और जो मुद्दे रहे हैं वो बहुत जनता से जुड़े हुए मुद्दे हैं, तो निश्चित तौर से उन सब चीज़ों को देखते हुए परिणाम अच्छे आएंगे, सुखद आएंगे और देश की प्रगति के लिए आएंगे। आज आप, मैं तो वैसे भी हर मंगलवार आता ही हूँ, मगर आज क्योंकि विशेष दिन है, आज परिणाम निकल रहे हैं, तो निश्चित तौर से बजरंग बली जी का आशीर्वाद लेने हम यहाँ पर आए हैं। जैसा मैंने कहा कि आशीर्वाद ले लिया है तो पूरा दिन अच्छा रहेगा, और सभी प्रदेश के लोगों की मनोकामनाएं जो है वो पूरी होंगी।
All right, well, the other trend that we are monitoring, of course, is where the markets are. The Sensex down. It was down by more than 1,100 points. I believe that's gone down even further. The market sliding to 2.5% at this stage, not where what they had expected with the resounding exit poll results as they were. What this does show, Maria, if these trends do hold, is that while the NDA appears to be well set to form the next government, which is a landmark victory, of course, it's going to be... the India Alliance has put up a real fight, which is not what the exit polls had suggested as well. Professor Shastri?
Yes, Vishnu, the trends as of now seem to suggest that. It would be interesting to see whether, as is the past trends, that as the counting progresses, the one forward pushes more forward,
right,
or whether the one in second place catches up. What is also important to see that as per the leads, the BJP currently is around 29 seats short of the 272 mark, and you have around 28 seats where the trends have still to come in. So it will be interesting to see where the BJP trends move in the next half an hour to 45 minutes.
In terms of leads is at 244 down 82, 245 down 52. So the point that you're making is that the BJP, on the strength of its own cadre, may not necessarily cross the magic mark. They'd have to rely on the support of the
it's a
NDA
little
allies.
early to say that, but then
if this firms up,
there is a word of caution we have to put in that the BJP's seats and trends now seem to be 52 less than last time, and the Congress is 47
okay,
up.
The Election Commission speaking, let's just listen in.
हम लोग आज यहाँ आपको पहली बार अपने कंट्रोल रूम का एक्सेस दे रहे हैं। हमारी सारी टीम्स यहाँ बैठी हुई हैं जो पूरा आईटी बैकग्राउंड से कितना बड़ा काम हो रहा है उसको देख रही हैं यहाँ पर। बहुत सारी टीम्स हमारी पुणे से, शास्त्री पार्क दिल्ली से, त्रिवेंद्रम से, बॉम्बे से, हैदराबाद से बहुत सारे जो बैकग्राउंड लोग हैं वो जुड़े हुए हैं। और इस समय हमारी जो रिजल्ट्स की जो वेबसाइट है उस पर करीब करीब 2 लाख हिट्स पर सेकंड है। एक सेकंड में 2 लाख लोग हमारे साथ उस पर हिट कर रहे हैं। सो ऑल ऑफ दैट वी आर मैनेजिंग एंड सीइंग फ्रॉम हियर, तो दैट जितने भी लोग जानना चाहते हैं, देखना चाहते हैं, उन्हें कोई परेशानी ना हो। और सभी आरओस को जो 542 कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज में इस समय काउंटिंग करा रहे हैं, जहां करीब करीब 65,000 से ऊपर की टेबल्स लगी हुई हैं, हर जगह में उनको कहा गया है कि पोलिंग एजेंट्स को और कैंडिडेट्स को निश्चित रूप से बैठने दें, पूरी पारदर्शिता के साथ काउंटिंग करें, जो रूल बुक है उसका पालन अक्षरते करें, मतलब एक भी वायलेशन नहीं होनी चाहिए, अदरवाइज खैर नहीं है। यानी जो रूल बुक है उसका पालन करें, पारदर्शिता से पालन करें, कैंडिडेट्स को और उनके एजेंट्स को हर जगह में शामिल रखें, सीसीटीवी फुटेज 24/7 लेते रहें हर प्रक्रिया का, ताकि पूरी पारदर्शिता बनी रहे। तो जैसे वोट डालने में मेहनत की, उसी तरीके से आज यहाँ भी पूरी पारदर्शिता के साथ वो सब लोग काम कर रहे हैं।
सर, अगर किसी तरह की गड़बड़ी की रिपोर्ट मिलती है तो किस तरह का एक्शन आप लेते हैं?
हम लोग खुद यहाँ बैठे हुए हैं, हमारे सारे सेंट्रल ऑब्जर्वर्स बैठे हुए हैं। हर काउंटिंग सेंटर में एक सेंट्रल ऑब्जर्वर है जो वहाँ बैठा हुआ है, वो सर्टिफाई करेगा रिजल्ट को हर राउंड के, उसी के बाद डिक्लेयर होगा। हमारा एजेंट है वो, हमारी मतलब आईज एंड ईयर्स वहाँ बैठे हुए हैं, हम उनके सबके कॉन्टैक्ट में हैं। और कहीं से भी कोई प्रॉब्लम आएगी हमारे सेंट्रल ऑब्जर्वर्स को बताएंगे, कैंडिडेट्स वहाँ मौजूद हैं वो लोग, और हमारे पास आएगी बात, तो उसको इमीडिएट ठीक करेंगे। कोई गलती करने की संभावना नहीं है, सबको सख्त हिदायतें दी गई हैं। लेकिन अगर कोई कहीं से किसी को शक है, कोई शिकायत आती है तो बताएं हमें, एविडेंस के साथ हम लोग इमीडिएट कार्रवाई करें।
अपडेट कैसे कर रहे हैं वेबसाइट वगैरह पे जो लोग देख रहे हैं, आप बता रहे हैं?
वो कंटिन्यूस अपडेट हो रहा है, वो डायरेक्ट डाटा फीड करते हैं सेंटर्स से, हर टेबल से, और हर राउंड के बाद वो कंटिन्यूस फीड हो रहा है।
और कब तक सब तस्वीर साफ हो जाने की?
अब ये तो शुरू हो गया है, फर्स्ट राउंड के रिजल्ट आने शुरू हो गए हैं, 9 बज चुके हैं। सारी टीम हमारी रात भर 2-3 दिन से यहीं काम कर रही है, सो रही है यहीं पर, और आ जाएगा, अब धीरे धीरे खुल ही जाएगा।
थैंक यू सर। थैंक यू।
Okay. Uma Sudhir is joining us live. Uma, quick update from where you are. How is the counting progressing? And overall, how is Telangana looking? Because I'm still looking at the data. The early trends are giving a mixed signal. If you can give us details into how many rounds are over. Uma, we'll try and
Uma,
connect
your
with.
audio, can you write?
Okay, we'll
Just
try and
reconnecting
connect
Uma's
with.
audio.
Yes, Aarti, you wanted to make a point.
No, I just wanted to say I think it's very important to break up the NDA number into BJP and allies, because the whole question in this through
It's
this
246.
election,
Out
through
of
this election has
297, which
been
is
how many
showing.
seats will the BJP win? Will it touch? You know, there was Yogendra Yadav on one side who was saying that
250.
250, he went down to 220 at one
220,
point, yes.
yes.
And then there was other people, who were saying above 300 for the BJP. So this has been the question that has been puzzling everybody. How much will the BJP drive this election? How much will the BJP drive the NDA numbers? So it would be interesting to see, if we put up that breakup so that we can see where the BJP is at this point of time.
So
Again, health warning,
If you look
it may
at the
all
left-hand
change,
side of your
it may all
screen,
change.
just under KK Shailaja's image over there,
Yeah.
the BJP alone at 245, that's down 244, down 53. The Congress at 99, up 49. So the Congress is going to score a century this time, it appears at this stage.
So the Congress's own tally is
99.
97.
The Congress
at the
is
moment.
99.
99, yeah.
The
it has gone
Congress's
up.
Which
own
is very
tally is
respectable.
98. That's up 48. The
Yeah.
BJP alone at 240. So we are just the two parties there. And the alliance numbers we have, the NDA at 289, India at 213. The market's down more than 3%. When they started up today, they'd expected something more resounding.
Yes.
The interesting states, of course, as we've been mentioning,
Is
are
Uttar Pradesh, because if you look at
Maharashtra,
Uttar
but in a
Pradesh,
different
Maharashtra and Uttar
context.
Pradesh.
in Uttar Pradesh,
Odisha as well.
is
There's been a
125,
complete
Vishnu,
swap.
is at 34. Is what the leads are suggesting.
Is that what it is?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
suggesting 34 at present, and so it's looking very, very promising for them. In Bihar, RJD at 5. Let's look at the TMC number. It's showing
TMC
18.
below
Below the BJP there,
Slowly
because the
coming
BJP
down.
But
is
where
at-
the BJP has
coming
gained a lot, when it comes to their overall numbers is in Orissa, where the BJD at the level of the national election has been washed out. If these trends hold. Now,
So
that
they
was
are at
widely
2.
expected. Yeah, I mean, the BJD last time was, I forget the number off the top of my head, but it's 13 to 2
The
right
last time
now.
it was 10.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they're down 8. And the India Alliance has gained 2 seats. They're leading now in 3, but the BJP at 13. So the BJP have really made a huge mark in the state of Odisha.
How's Telangana?
Yes,
And also Telangana. They seem to be gaining in Telangana.
Yes, and let's go to Uma Sudhir, who's joining us.
9-6
Uma,
in Telangana.
how many rounds are over, from where you are reporting? We want to understand that are these trends that we are seeing on our television screens right now after 2 or 3 rounds of EVM counting?
Maria, let me just give you the picture in Andhra Pradesh. If there was any doubt about the exit polls showing a lead for NDA, that seems to be put at rest, I must say, because out of the 116 seats for which we have leads in the assembly election, more than 100 are going towards the NDA, with the TDP in fact leading in about 80, JSP, Janasena Party of Pawan Kalyan, leading in about 16, and the BJP leading in about 5 seats out of their 10. The YSRCP is leading in just about 15 of the 115 seats for which we have leads as of now. Anakapalli Assembly, where CM Ramesh, who is a BJP leader and the BJP candidate from there, of course, originally of the TDP brand, he is leading by more than 9,000 votes. Pawan Kalyan is leading in Pitapuram. That's an assembly seat that we are talking about. In more than 85 seats now, we are seeing the lead of the TDP. And yes, in Tenali, Nadendra Manohar is the number 2 in the Janasena Party. He is also leading in Tenali assembly seat. Guntur, where we had reported that it is the richest candidate in this Lok Sabha election, Pemasani Chandrasekhar, he is of the TDP, the NDA candidate. He is once again leading. Then you have Kiran Kumar Reddy, Rajampet, Rayalaseema region, former chief minister, last chief minister of United Andhra Pradesh, now a BJP candidate. He is also leading. So the elections really seem to be going one way. Most of the ministers, in fact, are trailing, and Sujana Chaudhary, who is contesting his first election this time round from Vijayawada West, he is also leading. He is, of course, the BJP candidate from Vijayawada West. He is leading. And Purandeshwari, once again, Rajamundry, she is the BJP candidate from there. She is also leading. So the elections in Andhra Pradesh certainly going to be seeming to be going one way. Even in the Lok Sabha, you're seeing TDP 12 ahead, JSP contesting only 2 seats but 1 ahead, BJP contesting 6 seats, 5 ahead, and YSR Congress, which is contesting, of course, all the 5 seats, is leading as of now only in about 2 seats.
Okay.
Back to you, Maria.
Uma, thank you so much for joining us. We'll keep coming back to you. So exit polls certainly seem to have got Andhra Pradesh right, both in assembly and also in the Lok Sabha results. C.R. Keswan of the BJP is joining us from the party headquarters. C.R. Keswan, it's 9:40. A word of caution still, but 293 is something that NDA wasn't really expecting. You were expecting a number upwards of 300, but more so, out of this 293, the BJP seems to be down by 51 at 247.
Good morning to Vishnu, Maria and all the NDTV viewers. I think I'm very happy to say that we're meeting on a day when hope and history will rhyme. We are very confident already. You see, when 25 seats are yet to be counted, the NDA has crossed the majority mark. And I think today, the people of India will ensure that Modi ji becomes the first Indian ever to be born in independent India, and also the first Indian born after a constitution came into force to secure a historic 3rd term. Second thing I want to say before I address your question. Now the postal ballots have come out, probably the first round of voting is coming. And now you've seen how the Congress and India Alliance have been impugning the integrity of the constitutional institutions. It's so ironic. You would remember, Vishnu, in 1986, it was Rajiv Gandhi who passed the postal amendment bill where they could intercept even individual posts of people, and these people are talking about democracy. It's very funny. But coming back to the story here, I think if you look at the exit polls in this, besides Uttar Pradesh, everything seems to be going perfectly fine. There have been enormous, surge in the east. If you see Odisha is similar to what's happening in West Bengal. It's like a landslide. And if you see the south, Karnataka, Andhra we've gained, Telangana we have gained, and the numbers I'm seeing in the local regional channels in Tamil Nadu, they're trickling in well. Kerala, we may make a mark. So I think if you want me to sum it up, very early trends, but I think we'll consolidate and BJP will very comfortably cross 300 and NDA will also be, have an overwhelming majority. North and west of India, the BJP and NDA will consolidate. And as you see, there has been an overwhelming support in the east, and there have been significant surge and stride and support in the south. So I think it's perfectly on track, and today history will be made when Modi ji secures a consecutive third term.
You certainly weren't expecting an election. Of course, there's a gap of 80 good seats, but you weren't expecting such a close election. Just look at Uttar Pradesh. It's presenting a completely different picture from what the BJP was expecting.
Maria, you're such a seasoned anchor. Postal ballots have come in. First round is 30,000 votes. You see the trend. You have how much? It's like 12, 15 lakh votes in a constituency. It's a first round of counting. Already we have established it. And as you see, these only will consolidate. So wait till 10 o'clock and you'll see us comfortably. We'll have a discussion and chat
so
again.
You believe, C.R. Keshavan, that what we are seeing in terms of leads in Uttar Pradesh would likely be reversed in your favor, because you are absolutely convinced that what we are seeing is postal ballots or very early phase.
Undoubtedly, unequivocally, certainly we will be.
So that's an important point, because if what C.R. Keshavan says is correct,
and
then
Vishnu,
what we are seeing,
because we have some details coming in of seats on which the margin is less than 5% of votes, which is Bagpat. The vote margin is just 30. Uttar Pradesh, another constituency, Kairana, the vote margin between the two parties, that is the BJP and the Samajwadi Party, is just 294. Going further, Bijnor and Moradabad, again the vote margin is around 1,000. So, and Firozabad, Dhaurahar, again the vote margin is roughly around 2,683 and 2,881. So, yes, it's close. Yes, case one, you wanted to come in. CR case
Maria,
the leads position also, C.R. Keshavan has changed now, it's 39.
Right when I joined the show, Vishnu and Maria, the NDA was trailing behind the India alliance in Uttar Pradesh, and the Honorable Prime Minister was said to be trailing in Varanasi. See what has happened in 5 minutes. You're all very seasoned people. The numbers in the exit poll are all the same, except, and now Uttar Pradesh is reversing its trend, going exactly back where the exit poll said. See, let me make this very clear. It is a vote for Modi ji ki guarantee. People have seen the Prime Minister perform, transform and reform the country. It is a vote for progress and development, and it's been a very, very divisive campaign by the BJP. So I think that is rejected. They have cast aspersions on every constitutional institution.
But looking at the India numbers, and that's where Adil will come in. Yes, overall India seems to be doing well, but the Congress is doing much better than expected. TMC is down. The other India partners, including, RJD was expecting somewhere upwards of 7, 8. That's not happening. Congress definitely 97 at the moment out of 206. Adil?
Well, Maria, there are 3-4 aspects which I would urge your viewers and your panel to consider. Number one, there is no rocket science that these are early trends. And the early trends may solidify or it may take a turn for the worse. The fact of the matter which is worth considering is that this is an indicator. It is a bellwether. It is something which pierces and demolishes BJP's propaganda balloon that they're coming to power with 400. Of course, we'll have a clearer picture by 12. Nobody can disagree with that proposition. Point number one. Point number two, responding to your question, a safe and a plausible deduction can be that the Congress party's consistent yatra, the Bharat Jodo yatra, has made significant progress and significant contribution to increasing our tally. Our pro-positive and People's Manifesto, our Nyaya Patra, all these are issues which appear to have had resonance amongst the voters of this country. This is the early trends are an indicator. If you open the first round, if you open the second round, of course it is not final. Every constituency ranges from 10 to 15 lakhs. But it does indicate that what is the mood on the ground. It can't be very much divergent. So having said this, we are very confident because we ran a very constructive campaign, Maria. I said this to you earlier on one of your programs. We ran a constructive campaign and we fought the might of the BJP and their propaganda machinery. I have no qualms in saying that we were not allowed a level playing field. Our bank accounts were frozen days before the elections. Our chief ministers were arrested on flimsy charges. No stone was left unturned to browbeat us and arm twist us. A large
And if we
section
were to
of the
go
mainstream
statewise,
media,
let's try and put
was
some
ran
more data
campaign
on our
which was
television
against the
screens
Congress
now.
party. But this is notwithstanding that.
Yes, absolutely. Let's look at the numbers more. Bihar, NDA minus 10 at 947. If we were to look at Karnataka, it is minus 9. NDA is minus 9 in Karnataka. Then further, Maharashtra is minus 8 is how it's looking like. Rajasthan minus 11. Uttar Pradesh is still becoming clear. NDA at the moment minus 25.
I just wanted to, before we go across to our panelists, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the big picture which is emerging over here. In as much as what we are seeing in early trends is a fairly strong performance by the India alliance, which was not expected to do so well, the larger picture is that it does indicate, if these trends hold, that the NDA will return to power, albeit with a fewer number of seats in the Lok Sabha. They're well above the 272 mark. So unless there are some sharp reversals, which can still take place, it appears that they would likely cross 300. They're at 296. If this is to be the case, it would still be a landmark as far as Narendra Modi is concerned. The second time in India's history that you've got a prime minister coming back for the third term. So at this juncture, it does appear quite clearly that it's going to be a BJP government or an NDA government at the center. But obviously, there'll be a lot of in-depth research and focus on how individual parties have done. And I say this because if you look at the BJP's own number at 249, they are down 51 themselves. Their NDA allies in many cases have done quite well. And irrespective of what the final position is in Uttar Pradesh, it is safe to say that the India alliance would have done well in Uttar Pradesh, right? It's 39 each right now. One party would be only marginally ahead of the other when the final results actually come out.
Yes.
Where the NDA has done very well, particularly the BJP, Maria, is in Orissa. That is where the BJD has reversed completely. The BJP has reversed completely where the BJD was dominant. And in Bengal, it was 20-18 when I saw a few minutes back. It goes back and forth. It's pretty much a flip of what happened last time when it was the Trinamool, which was at 22, the BJP at 18. This time, right now, it's the BJP at 21 and the Trinamool at 19. So these are the states which are really interesting.
And if you look at the south, the expected opening of the account in Tamil Nadu and Kerala does not seem to be happening from the leads at least that we are showing at the moment.
So, you know, I mean, should we really wait a little bit before we jump to conclusions? Because there's a lot of flip-flop going on, you know.
Not really, Aarti. Not in the larger
suddenly
numbers.
Suddenly you find somebody is trailing. Supriya Sule was leading, now she's trailing.
One or two.
So,
Aarti,
you know.
One or two. For example, it was NDA 299, it's now 298. But I'm saying in terms of a sharp reversal, nowhere in the last half an hour have we seen a sharp reversal in the overall.
Vishnu, as I said earlier, wherever the gap is narrow between the major party and the number two, there is a chance. But where that gap is big, that gap is continuing to hold the way it is.
So then the real story of these elections, of course, it's historic. It's historic that the BJP is going to come back for a third term. Narendra Modi is going to be that. It looks like that. But I think what is also historic is that a party that was written off as dead, finished, decayed, and so on, is suddenly coming to so many adjectives. Is suddenly coming to life. So you know, and I mean,
and surprisingly, I'm looking at
touch 3 digits.
Even the BSP seems to be getting one seat.
3 digits. I mean, this is
unbelievable. Aarti, that's the beauty of India's democracy.
Absolutely.
And the people
never
who are
write
giving this
anybody
verdict.
off, never write a leader off, never write a party off, because, you know, things can
Now
change.
in Karnataka, the Congress is leading in double digits.
Okay, we'll try and connect with Tanishq and also Sunil Prabhu is joining us from 24 Akbar Road. Sunil, I think celebrations have already begun at 24 Akbar Road.
Well, not celebrations, but they are quite elated here at the present moment because the Congress party is extremely elated. I'm waiting for Supriya Shinde to join us, who's going to give us their perspective. They feel that one way or the other, especially the trends that are coming from Uttar Pradesh, it's extremely important to see how things play out. And it's in this context that they are very, very gratified. Somebody who's read this social media campaign for the Congress Party, for the India Alliance, what's your response to what's the initial trends now?
I think I'm going to still wait for these early trends to consolidate. I don't believe in premature celebration, but whatever the early trends are showing is very encouraging, especially from my home state of Uttar Pradesh. India Gathbandhan leading in 44 to 45 seats, the BJP and the NDA trailing, tells you a picture. It tells you a picture that this was considered to be a bastion of the BJP, and still the BJP seems to be trailing here. The Prime Minister himself trailing by 11,000 votes is no mean task.
So then why do you want? Why are you saying no premature thing? Because you
Because I'm by nature a little cautious. I'm by nature, I wait for trends to consolidate. I by nature believe in numbers, and let's just wait and watch. I do believe that the early trends are very encouraging. I do believe the early trends give us enough to cheer about. But by nature, I'm somebody who likes to see the trends mature, see the trends consolidate.
Supriya, what do you look if these trends do work out this way? What is this an indicator? Because we've seen...
The biggest indicator is that the people of this country are wiser than any soul around, are wiser than any political commentators, are wiser than any anchors, are wiser than the wisest souls that roam this earth, because we fought the election on the issues of people of this country. If these numbers indeed consolidate and if these margins are indeed maintained, then it's very...
Okay, let's now go to Tanishq, who's joining us from Lucknow. Tanishq, where exactly are you? Are you now planning to move towards the Samajwadi Party headquarters? Because Samajwadi Party seems to be doing well in Uttar Pradesh. The India bloc in totality.
Yes, of course. But Maria, these are of course early trends.
Okay, so for the first time, the NDA has touched 300.
Yes, according to what
that is at 954. The NDA touching 300 and India at 208. Please go ahead.
Yes, so, I'm right now at the BJP headquarters, and apart from the preparations, the BJP of course is very confident that they are going to win this time. Apart from the preparations they have been doing for their Lok Sabha win, there is also preparations of the Bada Mangal that is celebrated in Lucknow. But these are of course what we are looking at right now is of course the early trends where we see Samajwadi Party or the India bloc in a stronger position than expected by many. If I look right now, okay, the Congress is leading on 7 seats, the Samajwadi Party on 28. Now RLD is leading on both the seats right now, which according to EC data, RLD is currently leading on both the seats right now, on which Bijnor and Baghpat, on which they were of course contesting. But of course these are very early trends, but some of the key close contest, my eyes are of course on Amethi, because of course I've been there for the longest time. Right now KL Sharma is leading by around 5,000 votes. It's against him, of course, is the giant slayer who defeated Rahul Gandhi in 2019 by a margin of 55,000 votes. So Amethi is of course going to be very closely watched this time. But of course these are early trends. If I talk about
just
other
move around and show
leading,
that has the level of enthusiasm perhaps gone down at the BJP office. Where is Yogi Adityanath? When is he expected to arrive?
There are not many party workers present, but you can see over there the preparations are going on. But these are just not for the, of course, the for the Lok Sabha results. But these preparations, I'm sorry, are also for the Bada Mangal Bhandara that is organized across Lucknow. You can see over there, puri is being made, sabji is being made, and of course I would like to show you the delicious laddus being prepared here at the Samajwadi Party office. If my camera person could show the delicious laddus over there being prepared at the Bharatiya Janata Party office here in Lucknow. But these are just not for the election results. These are of course also for the Bada Mangal that is celebrated here in Lucknow. But yes, early trends show a close contest. India bloc in a stronger position, but these are of course the early trends. We have to wait. We can't say anything as of now. But
these are. We'll come back to you in just a few moments. But For the benefit of our viewers, a lot of what we are discussing is being looked at in granular detail on ndtv.com. So do please log on to ndtv.com where you can get a lot of the details which are coming in. But the overall position, as I get set to take a break, is 540 trends out of 543 seats. The NDA alliance above 300 at this stage. India at 208. Let's go straight across to NDTV's Harsha Kumari Singh, who's got Rajyavardhan Singh Rathore with her.
Well, yes, Vishnu, I have Rajyavardhan Singh ji with me. Now, remember, he's the person who fought the MP election, then fought the MLA election in Rajasthan. So, and he's, of course, qualified, therefore, to speak on both, if I may say so. Overall, NDA, a good trend, but in Rajasthan, the Congress is making significant dents or at least taking some leads.
No, there is a couple of constituencies where we might have a little close contest, but out of 25 seats, these are perhaps just 3 or 4 seats where there would be a close contest, mind you. So these are, you know, when the counting begins, it begins from certain villages, and therefore, these are too early trends to say anything. But we are very confident. We are a dominant party. We are forming government. Everybody knows that. So we are winning for sure.
Okay. Vishnu, anything you would like to ask Rajyavardhan ji, or should I carry on?
Harsha, please carry on.
Okay.
Let's.
Okay. So. Okay, so yeah, well, so but in Rajasthan, you see now there is an entire new leadership that has, taken over. There have been certain places, like for example, a lot of your people, in fact, the BJP has changed at least 14 MLAs, MPs they've changed. They've tried to, sort of break the anti-incumbency factor. But at the same time, in places, say like Nagaur, in the Jat heartland, where Agniveer is an issue, the farmers' protests may have been an issue. Bardmer, for example, Ravindra Bhati, the BJP really had to fight a tough election this time.
The challenges here are not the issues, local issues. This is a national election, and therefore, broadly, everybody understands the development that the country has seen, and the development that is reaching the villages is only through a government that is led by Prime Minister Modi. It is well known, whether it is some of the districts that you have mentioned or otherwise. And like I said, there are certain places where it's a close contest, and even that close contest is not because of Congress. Okay, if all of you, the experts sitting there, if you just analyze, it is our own people, right? And therefore, not more than 3 or 4 seats where we are close, but this is 25 seats in Rajasthan, and we'd probably end up with 24 or 25.
Okay, I absolutely picked up on that where you said wherever there's a close contest, it's somewhere our own people. So I think that's been a problem here in this election, or I won't say a problem, but there have been so many crossovers, Rajyavardhan ji, that I think even the grassroots worker is confused. He says, I was with Rahul Kaswaha, now you're asking me to be with Devendra Jhajaria, Similarly, in Kota, Prahlad Gunjal, the caste factor, the caste vote is with him, the party workers are with him. I think Mr. Om Birla was confused sometimes. He didn't know whether the BJP worker who was actually coming out in his rallies was with him or not. It was a situation. Similarly with the Congress, Mahendrajit Singh Malviya, you have him, he's the Congress MLA, he becomes the MP candidate. So, and then the Congress candidate refuses to withdraw. So, there was this confusion on the ground.
Yeah, it's all right. If you look at it from a magnifying glass, you will see some of these issues that you mentioned. But how many constituencies? You just named 3 constituencies, right? That's what I'm saying. There is close contest in very few constituencies, but overall, as the day progresses, you will see that the BJP will be in majority of the constituencies in lead.
One other factor that worried the BJP, I know, because in the first phase, the voting percentage came down by 6%. The second phase, of course, I think everyone stepped up. But it was a cause of worry that the voting percentage had come down as much as 6% in the first 12 to 13 seats.
The voting percentage overall in the first phase was low, but it was also low from some of the communities, some of the segments that actually vote for Congress. So it was both ways. I do not think at all that the low percentage would have dented BJP especially. It's dented both parties. I think the overall enthusiasm wasn't there initially, where people were very sure that BJP is winning, and therefore, if I can say that, they felt that BJP will win irrespective of them going to vote or not. In the second phase onwards, everybody realized that they are voters, they need to make an effort, and therefore the percentage increased everywhere. But it's not dented BJP at all.